Well, after 3 years of hard, constant use, I finally managed to pop a line, and I'm out in Cedar and everything on this Mahindra. Rotate. Well, it will definitely, I'm going to pull that off of there and take it into O'Reilly's and have them build me a one. That's a Cedar, you know, I'm moving it around and stuff, and it is, when it gets hard and dries, then the Cedar is sharp enough to cut a line. So right there, I cut that line. So I just caught it. I just took a load of Cedar back and just caught it. So I'll go to lunch and take that off. I'll do a little video on replacing it. Thank goodness it's a small section of hose from there, goes underneath this guard to one of these two, right, to this block here, this distributing block. But that's what Franz and Scott are helping me clean. And I just took a load out of there, and then it was an old load from last year, and the Cedar is so sharp that it cut it. This is what it looks like before we clean it up. You can't see through it. It's just a fire hazard. What'll happen is the Texas does burn, and it'll burn. A grass fire will get in, hit the Cedar, which has oils on it, and just woof, right up into the canopy. So the idea is I cut everything that's 6 foot high. Some people, they'll paint white around their trees for a couple of reasons. If you see that in other countries, it holds the moisture in and keeps the bugs away, and also helps with fire as well. So they'll paint them. But I'm not going to do that. That's a custom of another country. That's just too many trees for me to, you know, mark off. But yeah, this park looks really, really good. And then, you know, what we have to do next. So I've got 15 acres like this, and I want to get it all lifted. It just takes a while, 45 minutes per tree to clean it up. That little tractor is tough. That's a Mahindra 1626 steel frame all the way under it, and because I have the backhoe attachment, it's got a secondary girder system underneath it, so it's heavy. These forks will normally do 2,000 pounds when they don't spray hydraulic fluid all over it. So if it was on and I had it powered on, it'd be just psh, and I don't want hot hydraulic fluid blowing in my face. All of this damage is from the Cedar and the hogs. The hogs out here dig up my fields, and then this little tractor goes through and just gets beaten to death. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull that off and go in for lunch today and take that cable. I always have big ambitions with this tractor, parking it in the garage and, you know, polishing it up and banging out the metal, the sheet metal. And the fact of the matter is, it's a big, you know, 30 acres. So I drive it to a spot and I work, and it gets late, dusk, and then I drive back with the ATV. So it ends up getting, and the hogs tear it up, the Cedar tears it up. So I've accepted that this little tractor is just going to be a farmer's tractor, dented, dinged, scratched, but of course I can't have it leaking. When I fix that hose, I'll go ahead and lube up all of the Zerk fittings on it and grease it. I'll check the engine oil. I'll clean out the airbox. I'll do a little bit of maintenance. That's something that always gets me too. You know, you'll think, oh, I'll run out, I'll do this 15-20 minute job. Well, if you got a flat tire, if you have something like this, then it's a 4-hour job. So, all right, let me pull that off real quick. Got the farmer's handy tool. At least it's not vice grips. I'm going to have to pull that all the way off. I thought, oh, I could just loosen it up and snake that cable through. No, that little nut's going to fight me the entire way. I've got time for this nonsense. Well, I'm gonna be the one. Gonna be the one I can't reach. Gonna be that one. All right, let's pull out of there. Come on, you can do it. So I already went to my stick and I rotated all the way around, so there's no pressure in there. But I'll do it one more time. I don't want to get squirt in the eye. I don't got my safety glasses on. All right, there we go. Now I made sure there's no pressure on that line. See, there's a couple more zip ties I'm gonna have to do. I hate getting hydraulic fluid all over my skin. There's no easy way to do this, right? This is the upper where it goes to the ram. I only go into town every 3 or 4 days, and I just went in yesterday, so I was not looking forward to the drive. I like staying on the ranch as much as possible. See, there's a little O-ring there. I'm going to have to keep my eye on that. Make sure I don't lose it. Well, there's the damage right there between the 0 and the 0.25. Got pinched somehow and cut that line. So the Mahindra, the hydraulic, for the hydraulic oil goes there, but that also powers the differential and whatnot, transmission. So there's one fill for all of that. Then the engine oil is a separate one. All right, let me run to town and see if I can get somebody at Napa to make me up one of these. All right, I'm in at my local Napa. Young man over there, he's got the fittings, he's got the hose, so he's gonna punch that out here, and away I'll go back home. I don't know, I might stop in somewhere for lunch. We'll find out. So I like my little small town do-it-all Napa store. Well, I'm back from town. $117 later. I got a new hose. Let's put it on there, see if it leaks. Let's see. The fittings were $14 a piece for $28, right? Yeah. The hose was $14.29 a foot. 8 foot, $51. That looks like oh no, 6 foot, $51. So what is that? $80. $80 for this hose here. All right, $80. I've got a partner here that's helping me rebuild my tractor. You should get out there and be doing some tractor work, Blaze. Well, the fittings are a little bigger, so it took me a minute or two to get it on there, which makes me a bit concerned about the angle of the fitting and make sure that it fits into the block there okay. The portioning valve, I'm going to call that. So I left this one loose so that when I turn it on, I'll let it just idle up and push the hydraulic fluid there. I'm going to guess I've got plenty of hydraulic fluid. I caught this early. Boy, I'll tell you, that Cedar is super sharp. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this going. Alrighty, I'm leaving it a little loose. I want to see air bubble up out of there. Give it a little stick here. Alright. Not a lot, just a little. Yeah, I see it leaking. Let me tighten it down now. Doesn't take much, does it, to leak out of there? I thought I had it tighter than that. All right. All righty. Well, I will say that's a good test. Let me get that hose shield back on the front bucket, and I'll be able to go back to work tomorrow. Well, that ended up being a two-handed job because the fittings and the hose are a bit bigger, so I had to tuck 4 lines underneath the shield plate, get the bolts back on. I will put a zip tie on there probably. It dangles out there a little bit where the logs can grab it. All right, y'all, this is Cowboy Steve. I want to thank you for tagging along while I fix the tractor. This has been a very good tractor, and this isn't even its fault. It's that Cedar's fault. When I cut it down and it sits a season, those edges get like razor sharp. I think You could make a knife out of an old piece of cedar if it sat long enough. All right, there's Blazy out there. He's my four-legged tractor. He's waiting for dinner kind of patiently. But all right, like, subscribe, follow me along. Bye.